Hello, lovelies. How are you doing? It's been an intense 13-day of blue hand wave spell, and I haven't made a video during that period because I've been really busy shaping my destiny. Hope you have too, and hope you've been having a wonderful time at this powerful time of transformation. This video is all about yellow sun wave spell, and today we're on a magical day of the 10th of the 10th, and so it's manifestation number, the 10th day of the 10th month, and Saturn going direct to boot as well. So really coming into our power, taking our power back, the structure of that. So today we are here and we've reached the end of the second column with the yellow sun wave spell beginning. And yellow sun is the 20th Mayan sign. It's what we're aiming for, is to get into the groove with the shadow healing process so we can let that light shine through. Hope you've had a really magical day. I've had an amazing day and done lots of different connections today, seeing the bigger picture. So each one of these is a 20-day process. And so we began on the 1st of September. We did the first one, the initiation into Red Dragon, and all of our survival issues coming up to be healed and rewired, to bring that to our conscious awareness, because we're in the initiation, we're in the red castle, we are awakening to understanding how we've beamed in to this ancestral line and how we're going to heal it, rewire it, and start to initiate birthing the new earth in this Virgo mindset, and rewiring to remember who we really are, connecting to the sacred feminine. So we've completed the first one down here, and then we went into the second one, which we just completed, which was integrating Red Dragon, the initiation. So going over what had triggered us, what came up, what was the repeating pattern, and what were we going to do with it this time? How did we get to that manifestation with that mindset, with that belief system? And then having a good look at that and seeing, okay, so I'm starting to understand on a deeper level, and what can I do with that energy now? So as we went through that integration, so we've had that new moon in Libra energy as well, and that's bringing us into balance, bringing the awareness around our shadow story and what is seeking to heal. Remember, this time it is all about you and how you are putting yourself first in order to work on a deep level, on an alchemical level, to shape yourself, and then through that focus to change your holograph around you and what you see. So tomorrow, on day 2, we begin the third line, and so there's 13 of these, and they follow the same process as each wave spell. So number 1 is about initiation, number 2 is about the new learning coming in from our emotional story, and then the third one is the co-creation one, is the alchemical one. And so we are going into red lunar dragon there tomorrow. So that's what the next 20 days is going to be all about, is coming into that awareness of the emotional patterns underneath that are driving these survival issues, and things that we've inherited from our ancestors, our belief systems, and having the courage now to really go beyond those old stories and take our power back. So we're in waxing moon today. So we've got the sun in Libra, we've got the moon in Sagittarius. And so that's really, really powerful, because that's taking us back to the previous cycle, which was on the 15th of December 2020, and brought up a lot of ancestral patterning and stories, Akashic record, and remembering that each of these squares is a day of a portal where we can access our Akashic record. On a cellular level, we hold all of that within us. On an energetic level, we hold all the storylines within us. And once we start really working energetically with the heart, we come into the truth of how the universe really is. We connect to source. I heard a lovely talk this morning, which was all about truth. And so on a very basic, simplistic level, the man talked about oranges and how we can study an orange to the nth degree and know everything about it, right down to its molecular makeup. But until we actually taste an orange, until we experience it, we don't really understand how that works on that level. We don't know the orange experientially. So Sagittarius energy is very much about knowing, and how we're here to know through experience, and to become a conscious dreamer, to become a conscious creator, instead of keeping hold of the ancestor story, all of which is valuable and has allowed us to survive and shaped our destiny so far. And now, as we start to become very aware of how the human body works, the emotional mind, the psychology, the biology, and all of these systems are very different to how we've been conditioned to believe. So in terms of today, the planet is Pluto. We've had Pluto go direct on the 8th. So that karmic story is now running forward again. Pluto being our shadow, our hell story, and how we keep encountering that. In my opinion, it's the universe bringing us that experience so that we can understand why it keeps coming around, and it's critical to understand and heal that. So with the moon in Sagittarius today, we are at 18 degrees Sagittarius as I'm making this. Rose petals scattered on a path. Protection, guidance, grace, dispensation. Offered a way to move right through the middle of life's labyrinths and stay straight on. Your innate sanctity preserves you against the play of the opposites. You stay singular, straightforward. Throwing off complications and conundrums, you stick with what is sweet and eternal. Most essentially, you wear a cloak of innocence, a tightly fitting garment of unworldliness. And as you pass for a fortunate and blessed soul, it all turns out to be true. So the cards that I have today are the Mayan Oracle, which is manifestation. So we can see what's manifest. And remembering, going back to the calendar, so in the first 52 days, we have the initiation of the red castle. So the awakening, that's what red is. And if you're a red Mayan sign, that is key to your life story. So we have the first 13 days is red dragon. What we are awakening to around our survival issues, our delusions, our illusions, anything that's not truth, basically that has allowed us to survive. So often we've used some sort of manipulation, some sort of white lie, some sort of way of dealing with others that isn't strictly honest. And going back many lifetimes, this can be because that could have been the end of us if we had been honest about something. The next is White Wizard, which is the moon goddess and is all about empowerment. And that's the 13-year cycle that we're on at the moment, on year 3. So all our disempowerment issues coming up to be healed. And then we have Blue Hand, which we just completed. And so shaping our destiny with what's come up with the first 2 13-day cycles, how to heal our disempowerment, our survival issues, and then how to come into peace, into acceptance, and come into balance, change our behavior. And now we're in the manifestation. So we're seeing where we actually are and what our experience is on a day-to-day basis. And so in terms of the 4th card, we have the Queen of Wands. So we're building to a full moon in Aries as well. So I'm just going to share with you Eli's quote. This is a card that I do get quite a lot. And again, I think it's that energy of fire, spirit, the phoenix, again, which is very much connected to Libra as well, which is learning to be the diplomat as well and to have compassion for people. And so lots of information about that, but it's really coming into sovereignty. That's the key for us now. Saturn going direct at 6 degrees in Aquarius. And so you can see that the Queen of Wands rules from the 21st degree of Pisces to the 20th degree of Aries. We've actually got the full moon is going to be at 27 degrees. So that's building up over the next few days, this energy to what sets your heart on fire. Where do we need to be focusing on that beautiful energy of the goddess, embodying the goddess? That's the key. And just remembering that we're in this giant mystery school. So we are doing it to ourselves. That can be a tricky one to get your head around at times. I know the ego doesn't like it. So again, maturation of the ego. We've also got Venus has gone into Sagittarius as well. So this feels lovely, lovely energy for connecting to different groups, philosophies, different healing modalities. Tomorrow, just checking that out, we've got Mars at 17 degrees. So that's a powerful energy of integration coming up. And so really setting that intention tomorrow around what you want to create for the next 20 days. On Tuesday, we've got Capricorn moon, and that's on White Electric Wind Day. So this is the alchemy day of the spirit. Step 19 Libra energy. And so again, that's blue storm energy as well. So you could be seeing some of that new moon energy, whatever was pushing your buttons around that time. And with the Capricorn moon, it's about being disciplined so that we can really focus on what we need to heal and keep moving forward. at this time, it's remembering we initiating that underworld journey, how we do relationship primarily with ourselves, recognizing that everybody who shows up for us is a teacher. And the more that we heal, the more that we move out of duality, we go into a very different harmonious space. On Thursday, which is the 14th, we have the moon is crossing Saturn in Aquarius, and that's an Aquarius moon day. That's yellow overtone seed. So that's the mastery day of the mask, of our coping mechanisms and how we need to go beyond our survival mode in order to be the starseed that we came to be. On Friday, we have Venus opposing Black Moon Lilith, which is also trine Chiron in Aries, and the Sun trines Jupiter. So again, the energy is really amping up around what needs to come into balance, what we need to master, what our old fear story is, because Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini. So it's our old mindsets. And that's what this 260-day cycle is all about, is refining the mindset. On Monday, the 18th, we have Mercury going direct at that point. So these planets are all starting to go direct. We've also got Jupiter going direct. So this means a huge shift in energy now. Monday, the 18th, is yellow solar star. So that's the gateway day. Number 9, we can go to a whole different level when we have been really working proactively with whatever buttons are being pushed right now, whatever triggers. Mercury goes direct at 10 degrees. And so again, that's the manifestation where we're seeing where we are in terms of our relationship to ourselves and therefore to everybody else. And Jupiter in Pisces again, so it's our spiritual story going direct. And so we've been tested over the past couple of weeks with how other people can take us out of our center or not. So again, it's more work to do around boundaries and being in balance in our masculine feminine, not doing codependency in whatever way we're doing it, and just taking those little steps every day. Then on Wednesday, on White Spectral Dog Day, we've got the full moon in Aries at 27 degrees. And so this is in the last few days of the Libra sun before we go into Scorpio. Scorpio will be coming in for the next Red Castle on the 23rd. And that's going to be the creating heaven on earth, Red Skywalker. So that's going to be super intense at that time, bringing all our intimacy issues up. Is there anything else that I need to say? Let's have a look at that 6 degrees of Aquarius. So again, this ties in with Libra. This is all about balance. A gardener with just one leg, a liability turned into an asset. Something is missing, something else is freed up. Integration, wholeness, balance, coherence are missing. You discover in their place innovation, wild impressionability, and extravagance, opening into multiplicity. The life force runs wild. Consciousness cannot contain it. It is an explosive display of what it's like when the witness is disenfranchised and all the energy goes into the immediate operator. You become totally bursting loose in a particular personal form. This way of being is simultaneously a throwback to idiosyncratic ways of the past, in the vein of eccentricity and being a character, and a first cracking through of new ways framed as spontaneous revelation. You move into any and every kind of awareness frequency with abandon and with resiliency to keep juggling, opening, discovering, and discarding with a fervour and a zest, and a trace of really knowing that this is the best way to let go of a whole bunch of stuff and open the floodgates for something different to happen here. Something just like it was a long time ago, and just like it will be when the whole world shakes loose a little. Wow. So, great ways to work with this energy as well in terms of meridians. Radiant circuits are activated whenever we are struggling through times when we tune into what creates joy for us. I watched an amazing program on Netflix, Off the Record, by a man, David Foster, who I'd never heard of before, and he has been involved in some amazing, amazing music. So just to watch that and remember all the great times we've had, all these amazing people who are creating this heart-opening music, and how can our world become so unstuck when we have such amazing people who are so gifted. So remembering to always look for the joy, tap on the stuff that comes up and don't avoid it. And at the same time, make sure that you're getting your radiant circuits, because they'll keep your energy flowing. They'll keep you tuned in to joy and hope and remembrance of why we are here at this time. If you can't access the sun, watch it on YouTube or something, a film that inspires you to keep that flame alive in your heart. Remember, we're going through this dark time now in order to liberate humanity from all of these old patterns. So lots of love to you, and I hope you have an amazing 13-day process. If you'd like to get in touch with me about any of the information that I share, please do. I'm really, really busy at the moment, so it may take a while for me to get back to you. But please be patient, because when the time is right, we can connect. Trust that process always. Trust the divine and be the goddess. Lots of love.